Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Serena, and in today's video we're going to be making a dress pattern from 1968. I don't usually get such a newer look, like I don't usually go for the late 60s, but I wanted to try something new because I got some very special fabric and I'm so ready to share with you guys. So if you're interested in seeing me sew up this dress, go ahead and like and subscribe, and now let's get into the video. Today I'll be sewing up Simplicity 79.99, and it is a pattern from 1968. It is a dress and coat pattern. This is a junior's pattern, and I will be making the red view with the contrasting dress minus the pockets. For the fabric, I am using this really cool cotton fabric that I picked up from a local antique mall. It was like a whole bolt for $10, so I have quite a bit of this fabric available. And because I knew I wanted to sew this right away, I chose a color from within the pattern, going with something darker as the jacket color because I wanted to make sure that it didn't scream too springy. Not that it really matters to me, but yeah, I cut it out. As you can see, I'm not working in my studio, I'm working from my mom's house, and I was dead set on seeing how quickly I could make this dress because I think this is one of those easy patterns. So I gave myself I think the entire day to get it done, and I started late in the afternoon, so I am sewing this up on my featherweight. While not categorized as a jiffy pattern, probably because of the coat, the dress is made up in two main pattern pieces. There's one pattern cut on the fold for the front, and then there are two pieces for the back, and that's only one pattern as well. So it does sew up really quickly, and then of course you have your collar and facings. So the first thing that I did was mark all of my darts, and then I start sewing those in. Because I'm in such a hurry to get this dress done, I went ahead and pinned all of my darts on all of the pieces before bringing it over to the machine so I could just sit there and sew back to back. Remembering to press all of your seams when you were done. So just take all of your pieces over to the ironing board and do all of your pressing straight away. That way you can work quickly and reduce how much you have to get up from your machine or from any given step, especially when you're not sewing in a studio where everything is at arm's reach and I actually do have to get up from my ironing board. I don't usually sew this late into the 60s, but I really felt like because the fabric was so busy and I knew that I had so much of it, I wanted to go with a very simple silhouette, and immediately I thought a shift dress. In my mind, because of the bold pattern and colors, any kind of details that would have been put into a dress like this would have easily gotten lost. So I just wanted to showcase the pattern. So let me know what you guys think down below. Would you have gone with a shift dress, or what would you have done with this fabric if you had a whole bunch of it? Because this dress was very easy and I'm sewing with a straight stitch machine, of course I did French seams on the inside. I felt like it was just the perfect finish, especially when there's only about 2 or 3 seams in this entire dress. I'm not sewing from my entire stash, so I was really surprised and lucky that I had such a long zipper available to me at my mom's house. Apparently, I pre-prepared and had at least a 22-inch white zipper on hand, so that was really good because if I didn't have the zipper, there's just no way that this dress would have been done in a day. So once I got the zipper attached, it was time to attach the dress at the shoulder seams, and I am sewing them wrong sides together first because I am doing French seams here. I think around this time I'm usually doing more seasonal content, so this is probably going to be one of the last non-seasonal videos of the year, and then right after this I'm going to start planning some of my Christmas and holiday content. I'm really excited to do that. It's kind of difficult to do that while in the middle of a move, but I am brainstorming ways that I can get really cool and quick projects out while still maintaining my day-to-day life and packing. So I am finishing up seaming the collar together, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the dress and start working on the facings. At this point, I was kind of in a hurry because I wanted to challenge myself on how quickly I could make this dress. What I didn't know was that I was actually going to have somewhere to wear the dress, and so then I was even more in a hurry to make the coat, which I had to do off screen because there was just no time for doing that, and I made the coat in one entire day as well. It was less than a day's worth of hours of sewing, but split over through one night and one morning. So here I am after attaching the sleeve facing. I'm going to understitch the facing so that way it doesn't roll forward. Of course, because it's sleeveless and a rounded area, you want it to just be nice and neat because any kind of rolling would be obvious. And it is cooler now, so the coat was a must in order for me to wear this dress this weekend. That's why I needed to get it done. I'm at the point in my sewing journey where I love my makes so much that if I can make them transition throughout different seasons, that's what I'm going to do. So a lot of my dresses have been short sleeve or sleeveless, and then I've been pairing it with some sort of a coat or jacket, and maybe even sometimes a bolero, so that way I can get several seasons out of the one piece because I like it so much I don't want to have to put it away. I love this piece so much that I kind of want to make it again, and I'm so close to doing so. So if I do make it again, I will film the coat part separate and make a whole nother video since I didn't get to do that here. I'm so glad I made this dress. It definitely feels like something younger me would have worn. I've said in plenty of interviews and get to know me videos that my first love of vintage was like the early 70s, late 60s. That was what I loved as a kid, and I feel like little Thesewrena would be thrilled to pieces to have this garment in my closet, and she would be even more shocked that I made it myself. I would recommend this pattern for a beginner because it's very simple, just straight stitches. If you can get your hands on a pattern like this one or this exact pattern, I would highly recommend it. The fit is wonderful. And for a simple silhouette, I feel like I have a very dynamic and grand look, so I'm very happy with how this turned out. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting my work and what I do here on the internet. It really means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video so far, please consider liking and subscribing and leaving me a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this project and the process. I did leave the pockets off because I felt like they were so small, they kind of looked juvenile and took away from the look. Plus, I don't have anything so small that they would be functional anyway. I could have added braided trim like the other view, and I'm seriously considering doing that anyway. So if I do order some trim online and I add it to the coat, I will do an update on my YouTube shorts. One thing about trim though is that I do prefer to purchase them in person so that way I can tell the color and texture is exactly what I want. But with very few local stores, online is going to have to be the way to go. If you'd like to support this channel any further, you could leave me a virtual tip over on Ko-fi or become a bobbin over on Patreon. We would love to have you over there. Thank you again so much for all of the love and support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!